Okay, so here this is the code that I have written in the last class. That was this my word handler class. Okay, this class was like first creating our database in the on create callback, and after that we were creating the methods for CRUD operation. First to create, then to read, then next was to update and to delete. Now let's just get back to first of all add new word.java, since we would be adding a new word from here. Now what we are having in this add new word.xml, we are having one button and we are having two edit text. First edit text is for word, second one is for meaning, and third one, the button, is to add these words. Okay, so let's just define them here. Edit text word comma meaning. Yes, Surya, we are completing our SQLite part. Like in the last class, we have done SQLite databases, and today we are just connecting that database to our application so that we can complete our dictionary application. Like the code for this my word handler.java is just uploaded on Slack. Just take the code from Slack and paste it into your word handler class, like your data handler file, and after that start coding the add new button or add new word.java. So here we would take the instance of the button. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to just instantiate our edit text and the button. Word is equal to find view by id r dot id dot edit word, and meaning would be r dot id dot edit mean. Okay, then add is equal to find view by id r dot id dot add to db. Here this is add to db, edit mean, and edit word. Now what we have to do, अभी हमें यहाँ पे जरूरत पड़ेगी सिंस हमें डेटाबेस में फाइल ऐड करनी है. And what we were doing while writing the code for our database handler, to call the methods we were using db dot, and then we were calling the method. So now we need an instance of our database. How to create that? We can create that using an object of our database handler class. So we would take database handler, and then by calling the database handler dot the methods. So here let us just declare an object of our database handler. Able to sign into the Slack in PC. Use the same ID and password that you use in your mobile to log in. Name of the channel would be, I guess, EG. Uh, okay, let me just check the channel name, and yeah, the channel is egendroid.slack.com, and use the same password that you use for login into your mobile. Okay, so here now let us just take an object of database handler, that is my word handler. My word handler. Here we need to make the instance of our database. So just write the code. Uh, my word handler is equal to new new my word handler. Then we need to pass context. Let's just pass add new activity, add new word dot class, add new word dot this for context, and null for cursor factory. Now we are having an instance of our database. Now we can call the methods of our database. Okay, Shurdev, now have you downloaded the code? Okay. So let us continue. Here is my word handler equal to new word handler, add new word dot this and null. Okay. अभी हमें क्या करना है, जो हमारा add बटन है, तो add dot set on click listener, new on click listener. Now in the on click हमें क्या करना है, जो भी दोनों edit text में टेक्स्ट आया होगा उससे हमें एक वर्ड का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना है, और हमें मेथड कॉल करना है हमारे वर्ड हैंडलर का एड वर्ड मेथड, जो कि लेगा हमारे वर्ड का एक ऑब्जेक्ट. So let's just write the code for this. We need to check first if word dot get text dot to string dot is empty, or meaning dot get text dot to string dot is empty. Then we should just write a toast, that is toast dot make text. Add new word dot this, comma, enter the word and meaning. And then we need to choose the duration. Let's choose it, length short, and then dot show. Now what we're doing कि if अगर यूजर ने वर्ड और मीनिंग एंटर नहीं किया और बटन प्रेस कर दिया तो हम ब्लैंक डेटा नहीं भेजेंगे. Instead what we would do, we would ask the user to fill in some value first. In the else part, what we have to do, string word let's make a word is equal to new word. Now this would take two arguments, first is word and second is meaning. So let's just pass word dot get okay. Now it is being confused in this word and this word, so what we have to do, let's just change this to edit word and let us just change it to edit meaning. Here it would be edit word and this would be edit meaning. Now this would be edit edit word dot get text dot to string, comma, edit meaning dot get text dot to string. Now we are having two strings. It would create a new word object a new word object for us. Then what we have to do, we have to do my word handler dot add word and we have to just pass this word. यहाँ पे क्या होगा, अब ये word यहाँ पे add हो जाएगा. इसके बाद let us just write a toast that word has been added. Okay, now here this is called that word is added. And now let us just clear our both the edit text uh, so that user can input the next word. So edit word dot set text blank and edit meaning dot set text and the string. Okay, now you can do further things, like if you want to go to main activity after adding every word, you can just finish this activity here, or you can just pass an toast to pass an intent to your first activity. So this is the code to add a new word. Now let us just get back to main activity.java and let us just interface this activity to add a new word. क्या है ये? Okay, so have you downloaded the code now? Okay, what are the errors? Okay, Suryadev, can you share your screen? Yeah, I got your screen. Let me just read the code and find what are the errors. Okay, first of all, there is no import statement for SQLite Open Helper. And this is the main issue first. And again, now here, okay, the errors are, first of all, you have not created your objects properly. And other thing, like just copy the word that database handler class and paste it again because it has been deleted now. Okay, can you copy and paste that again, that database handler class? Okay, I'm deleting this class as well, this word.java, and make this again. Okay, now just make the word class a new word class with like two children, two objects that are word and meaning. Then add an integer that is ID. Okay, and after that, just again copy the database handler. Okay, you're having a word class here also. What is this? Okay, let me delete it as well. Okay, first of all, whatever files you are making, whatever Java files, it should be under this package only, com.example.suryadev.mytext. If you want to do sub packaging, it should be done here only. Okay, nothing goes into direct Java package or within these two packages. Like if you want to separate your database handlers or any adapter classes, you just have to make a subfolder and then add the files to those folders, not directly in the Java directory or anywhere outside of it. Okay. Okay, so right now I'm pasting the code of my word, that is word.java, onto Slack. Download it from there and make the two classes as soon as possible. Okay, so I've just uploaded the codes. Now you have two classes. You just have to copy both the classes. Sorry, both the Java files. The first one is word.java and second is mywordhandler.java. Yeah, okay, in the meanwhile, we have coded to add a new word to the database. Now let us just see how we can load the words to the database. Now here what we are having, into our main activity, we have a list view. Guys, now what is a list view? It is a collection of lists. So for that, we need a list item view and an adapter. So let's first make here the list item view in our layout files. Let's just click on new, add a new layout resource file, and that is word. Let's call it word item. Just hit OK, and a new file has been created. It should be having two text views. Let us use constraint layout itself and just add two text views. The first text view and one more text view. Okay, so here we're having two text views. Uh, and this is our word item dot xml. Let's go to main activity dot java now. Here, what I have to do? First of all, let's just take this list view, list view, word list view, and we need an array list of the type word, and let's call this words array list. Now, guys, since we want that our word list should be updated every time we are adding a new word, so instead of writing that code in on create, what we would do, we would be writing the code in some other method. On create के बाद अगला मेथड क्या आता है एक्टिविटी कॉल बैक में? Can you tell me the, like, from the activity life cycle, what is the next method after on create? Yeah, on start. So we would be writing the code on start, because every time एक्टिविटी क्रिएट नहीं होगी. लेट सपोज अभी एक बार एप्लीकेशन खुला, मेन एक्टिविटी क्रिएटेड है, हम गए दूसरी एक्टिविटी पे नया वर्ड ढूंढने, लाइक नया वर्ड ऐड करने, फिर हम जब वापस आए सेम एक्टिविटी पे, तो इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि हमारे एक लाइक एक्टिविटी क्रिएट होगी दोबारा से. इट कैन बी जस्ट restarted. So we would write the code in on on start. So let us just override on start, and here let us just write the code in the on start. Okay, let's just leave the super part, and हमें यहाँ पे क्या करना है? Let's write this method load words. Now let us just make this method load words. Okay, also we need instance of our database handler. So it would be my database handler, my word handler. In the load words, let us just call my word handler is equal to new my word handler main activity dot this comma null, then words array list equal to my word handler dot load all words. Okay, now this returns us a list of words. So we are having this words array list. Now next thing what we have to do, we have to create an adapter. We have to map this adapter to our array list. So let us just make an adapter first. Let's go to this folder, this package, my dictionary. Let's just add a new Java class. That would be my word adapter, and let us extend the base adapter class. Let us hit OK. Let's make a constructor here first. That is my word adapter. Context and an array list of type word. Okay, let us just declare the context and our array list for the data source. Array list of type word. Let's name it as word list. Now let us just have the word list here as well, and let us set the context equal this dot context equal to context, and this dot word list equal to word list. Now we are having context and word list. Let us just override the methods of base adapter class. Those are get count, get item. Okay, now in get item, what we have to do, instead of return null, we have to return the object at the position. So we have to do word list dot get word list dot get, and we have to pass position. We are getting the object at this position into the caller method. We are returning it to the caller method. Now we have to go to our get view method. Okay, into get view method, instead of return null, what we have to do, we have to return the convert view. अब हमें यहाँ पे क्या करना है, हमें चेक करना है if our convert view is null, then what we have to do, we have to do layout inflator dot from context dot inflate. What we have to inflate, r dot layout dot word item, and then we have to pass parent and false, and we have to store it into convert view equal to. Okay, now we have to get the item at current position. So let us just write the item would be of word class, word current word is equal to word list dot get item. Okay, get item is here itself, so we do not need to have an object. Just pass get item and pass position. Now it would probably throw an error. Yeah, this is an error because what it is returning as an object, and we need a word, so we need to typecast it to word. Let's just typecast it. Now we're having word, and it's getting us the position. From the position, it is returning us a word and storing it into the current word object. Now what we have to do, we have to get the instance of our text views. So let's just write text view word view is equal to find. Okay, instead of find view by id calling it directly, we need to call it by convert view object. So convert view dot find view by id. Now we have to pass r dot id dot. Now what are the IDs that we have to pass? That IDs are here. Sorry, in the word item dot xml file. Okay, the IDs are text view 2, text view, and text view 2. So let us get back to word adapter. R dot id dot text view, and we have to make another text view. That would be our let's call it meaning view. This would be equal to convert view dot again find view by id r dot id dot text view 2. Now we have to set the data to the text views. Okay, and what the data is? The data is in the current word. So word view dot set text, it would be current word dot current word dot get word, and meaning view dot set text. It would take current word dot get meaning. Okay, now here is our main activity. मेन एक्टिविटी जब लोड होगी उस टाइम पे हम चेक कर रहे हैं लोड वर्ड्स. वो डेटाबेस से क्वेरी लेगा और ओके वो डेटाबेस से क्वेरी करेगा एक वर्ड. एंड नाउ वी हैव टू चेक इफ वर्ड्स एरे लिस्ट, लाइक अगर ये हमारा जो लिस्ट है लेट्स सपोज ये एम्प्टी हुआ तो हम क्या करेंगे? देन वी कैन नॉट load then word like we cannot load the node, right? So because our list view is sorry our array list is empty, that means we do not have any word in our dictionary, like we do not have any word in our database. तो जब word ही नहीं है तो उसको load क्या करेगा? It would also give us a null object reference and thus a null object exception. So let us just check if node like the size of our array list is 0, then we would do nothing. Otherwise we would create the adapter and we would add like map this adapter to our list view. So we would check if word list dot size is not equal to 0, then what we have to do, we need an object of now our adapter class as well. So let us just create an adapter, that is my word adapter, my word adapter. my word adapter equal to new word adapter, new my word adapter. Let us just pass context, that is main activity dot this, comma, the word array list, that is my word list, or the words array list. So we have passed main activity this dot this and words array list. It would create our adapter. Then let us have the list view, that is word list view, equal to find view by id, r dot id dot. Now from main activity dot xml, activity main dot xml. Okay, let us just give it an id. We have not assigned any id. Here is our word list view. Okay, so let us just get back to main activity dot java. Here is r dot id dot word list view. Now whenever on start would be called, the load words would be called, and it would be adding this, like it would be calling this method. This method would load the words from the array list, and it would be sorry, load the words from the database and would be adding it to the words array list. Then it would check the size of list. If the list size is more than 0, that means there is any word found. So it would create the adapter and then find the list view and add the adapter to the list view, and hence our list view, like our words, would be displayed on the list view. Now what we need to do, we need to, like in on create, let us just go to our activity main.xml. Here is an button, and now on click of this button, we want that the new word, like add new word dot java, this class should be opened, like at the second activity it should be open. So let us just write the code into on create. Here we should have a button as well, button, add button. Now let's have add button is equal to find view by id, r dot id dot. Now let us just check the id from activity main.xml. It is add new. Okay, add new. Then we have to do add button dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener. Now in the on click method, intent I is equal to new intent equal to new intent. Now main activity dot this, comma, the second activity, that is add new word dot class, and we have to just start activity with this intent. Now let us just run the application and see whether we can add and display our words or not. Okay, so let us just wait for our application to be up and running. So now the APK has been installed and okay, it says my dictionary had stopped. Okay, so let us just go to logcat and see the crash report. Let us just clear it and try to open the application again. It says the errors, there are certain errors. Let us just read this report, the crash report. It says unable to start activity. The error is that okay, load all words. Then there is activity main activity.java 41. What is here? Okay, it calls load all words. And again main activity.java 36. This load words. Okay, it is unable to start the component info. That is, it says there is no such column meaning while select ID word meaning from words table. Okay, so let us just go to our database handler and in the search, in the read operation, select start from table name key ID. Okay, it searches a table. So where is our create table? Here it is table name, key ID, keyword, and key meaning. And we are searching for the same, right? We are searching for Select chart from table name. So here there is some error in creation of the table. Let us just find whether the table was created or not, or we can call the tag. Just search with our tag, that is word database. Okay, now we do not have any query because the create table is called only once. Okay, here it is create table, table name, key ID, integer, primary key auto increment, comma, keyword, it is text. Okay, let's give it a property of not null. Okay, let us give it a property of not null. Okay, here we're having create table, then table name plus, then with parenthesis, we're having our key ID. Okay, then within again space, we're having integer primary key space auto increment. After auto increment, we have to add a comma. So now we are having a comma separator. After comma, we need a space. Okay, there was the error. We did not had the space there. Then we're having a key word. Again with a space, we are having text. And again, let us write not space null. And again, we need to add one more comma to it. Plus, okay, here is our like text that is not null. Okay, here is the problem in our query. Let us rewrite our query as after auto increment plus keyword plus text not null plus key meaning as a Okay, now here is an error when we are adding our key meaning. Alt enter. Now let us write here keyword. It would be text with a space here. Text space not space null. Okay, now we are having text not null. Then let us just say column construct on or comma expected. Okay, now we are having this comma space. Again, it says table constant expected. Yeah, we need to add uh, let us just add our next column, that is plus key meaning. Again, it would be text with a space, write text, and then add the like close the parenthesis. Again a plus, and here just close the parenthesis. Okay, so it is done. Like we have written the query again. Now what we have to do, we need to just delete the like uninstall the application from the device and try to rerun the application, and let us see whether the table has been created successfully or not. So let us just go to our this device monitor. Here is our application. Let us go to app info and uninstall this application. Okay, now the app has been uninstalled. Let's check for any running instance of any other application. Let's just clear it and let us just run the application again. Okay, it is searching for deployment targets. Here is the Pixel 2. Let us just run this and clear the logcat to have the new logs coming. Okay, now here our application is up and running. That means our table has been created successfully. Let us just search for it in the table with our tag. Our tag was word database. Just type word database, it create table, words table, and what we were writing in the logcat we are writing our query. So here is our query: create table, words table. Okay, then ID integer primary auto increment, comma word text not null, and meaning that was text. Now let us just go to this activity and add a new word. Let us add the first word as okay. Let us just add the first word as database and its meaning. Let us write the meaning as collection of data. Add it. Now again here it shows us some error. Okay, now the error is create table words table. Okay, here is the error. Table word has no column named keyword. In my word handler.java, inside the insert method, what we were doing, we were adding it to the column hack. Let's go to column hack then. Key ID, keyword, and key meaning. Yeah, it is there. Error inserting keyword is equal to database, key meaning, collection of data. No column named keyword while compiling. Okay, and the error is that my word handler.51. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are here adding keyword and key meaning. Actually, these should have been our column names. So we have to write keyword and key meaning. So very carefully we need to write the names because we could have seen, like till now we have seen कि इसमें छोटी छोटी चीज से भी error आती है. There is the mismatch of one space. We got an error. There was a mismatch of just column name. Okay, अगर हमें वहाँ string format में लिखना होता, we should have written word and meaning. Now, okay, again, application is here. Let us just try to add a word again. Our word was database and the meaning was collection of data. Now the word has been added. Now let us go to activity and the word has been loaded successfully. Okay, so we have done the operation to add a word and load the words from the dictionary. Now your task is to have a click listener on this item, on this list item. You can get the view by having the list item and item at the position. Okay, from this, just open another activity and have this word and meaning displayed into to edit text, and using that ID just try to update, delete, and okay, just update and delete. We have done C and R. You have to do U and B on your own. Okay, ending the session for today. Good night and keep practicing. See you all in the next session tomorrow.